Hello, I'm Karl from Plussmeedia, and I'm here with Matt Popovits.
Hey, how are you?
Good. We're at the Kivissa Festival. So Matt, introduce yourself.
So my name is Matt Popovits. I'm a pastor and a teacher in Houston, Texas. And this is my third time at Kivissa, and hopefully not my last, because this is like one of the best experiences I get to have. And I'm happy to be here.
Good. So this year's theme is what are you afraid of?
Yeah.
And Matt, tell us, how do you deal with your fears?
That's a really good question. I think number one, like I talked about last night at the festival, you have to confess your fears, talk about them to other people so that you're not alone with them. That's the number one thing. And then as people of faith, we also confess our fears, not just to our friends, but we confess our fears to Jesus, who reminds us of his power and his presence and gives us peace in those fears. So that's what I try to practice, talk to my friends like you about anything I'm afraid of, and then also in prayer, talk to God, and that's what gives me peace.
That's nice to know.
Yeah.
And this is a huge festival. It takes a long time to prepare.
Yeah.
How did you prepare for this festival? What was the hardest, easiest thing to prepare for?
Well, you know, I really didn't find it difficult to prepare for. I think the theme is really easy to talk about because everybody's afraid of something. And so I talked about the things that I'm afraid of, that I know my friends are afraid of. And then I talked about, in preparation, talked about Jesus and how he calms our fears. And so for me, it was really fun and easy to prepare for this because it's a really easy theme to talk about because everybody's afraid of something. So I really enjoyed it. But really the first step in preparing to speak at an event like this is I pray. I ask God for wisdom and ask that he would help me to communicate effectively to friends like you so that when I speak, people go, yeah, that makes sense. So that's the first step, prayer.
Thank you for sharing. What is the meaning of the festival to you?
You're talking about like this year with the theme? Yeah. So for me, the meaning of this festival is that the ultimate thing I want students to walk away from at this festival is that though there are lots of frightening things in this world, Jesus is stronger than everything that's scary. I mean, he conquered the scariest thing, which is death. And no one else has ever done that. And so if he can conquer the scariest thing, then he can be trusted with every other frightening thing. And so that's what I want students to walk away with, is a knowledge that, yes, the world is going to be filled with frightening things, but Jesus has overcome the world, and you belong to him. It's going to be okay.
Thank you for sharing. And from this festival, what will you take with you?
My friends, my Finnish and Estonian friends. That's the best thing about this festival is all the people from Finland and Estonia and beyond who are so kind and so loving and so full of faith. It's very encouraging to me every time I come here to connect with my Finnish and Estonian friends because they're just so loving. And so I've made some of the best friends in my life here at this festival, really and truly. I've had friends that I've made here who, I think 4 different friends who've come from Finland over to the United States to spend time with me and my family because we've become good friends. And that's the number one thing I walk away with is the people.
And finally, do you have a message for our viewers?
Yes, my message for you viewers is the message I give to all the students I talk to across the country and across the world. You are loved. Yes, you make mistakes. Yes, the world is scary, but you are loved by Jesus and you belong to him. Remember that.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
This was Plussmeedia, and see you soon.